Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Sociology with Mahima. In this video, we will cover the topic Ethical Issues in Social Science, which is a part of Unit 2 of IGNOU MSO. So let's get started. When conducting research involves people, communities, or social phenomena, researchers face many ethical challenges. Ethical considerations are critical because social science research involves human subjects and their rights, dignity, privacy, and well-being must be respected. Ethics are important in social science research because social science research involves human beings and ethical lapses can harm participants physically, psychologically, socially, or economically. Ethics help build trust between the researcher and the community or respondents. Many institutions, universities, and funders require ethical approval before research involving humans can proceed. Ethical standards protect the reputation of the researcher and the discipline. Without ethics, data may be biased, misused, or research may lead to unintended harmful consequences. Major ethical issues. Some of the major ethical issues are informed consent. Before participating, people should be clearly understand what the research is about, its purpose, methods, possible risk, benefits, and agree to take part voluntarily. They must also have the option to withdraw later. The possible problem which can appear is that participants may not fully understand risk or might feel coerced, especially if researcher has power over them, for example in a workplace. For this, we can use simple language, give time to decide, and stress that participation is voluntary and they can withdraw anytime. Another issue is confidentiality and anonymity. The researcher promises not to disclose participant identities or personal information, and even the researcher should not know the identity of participants, meaning data should be collected in a way that identities are never revealed. The issue which can occur here is that in qualitative research, especially in small groups or communities, participants might be recognized. To safeguard this, we can use codes, store data securely, restrict access to raw data, and strip identifying details in reports. Harm to participants is another major ethical issue. Research may cause emotional distress, social stigma, discomfort, or breach of privacy by asking intrusive personal questions, revealing sensitive information, or observing people in vulnerable moments without consent. To safeguard this, researchers should minimize invasiveness, avoid sensitive topics unless necessary, have support or referral if distress arises, and monitor participant well-being. Deception. Researchers sometimes mislead participants about the true purpose of the research. Deception violates respect and autonomy of participants. Deception should be used only when no other method works, and if deception is used, it must be justified and participants should be debriefed. Transparency about purpose, finding conflicts of interest is important. Power imbalance and exploitation. Researchers often have power over participants, which can lead to coercion, undue influence, or exploitation. The researcher must avoid treating participants as mere data sources. Respect, reciprocity, and sensitivity are needed. Data storage and security. Researchers must ensure that data is used only for agreed purposes. Participants should know whether their data will be published, shared, or archived, and in what form. Researchers should avoid misusing data, fabricating, or falsifying results. Respect for culture, customs, and norms. In cross-cultural or field research, the researcher must respect local beliefs, customs, and social norms. Imposing the researcher's values or judgments can be disrespectful or even harmful. Researchers should be sensitive, learn local customs, and adapt methods accordingly. Avoid bias, objectivity, and integrity. Ethical research requires honesty, accuracy, and integrity. Researchers must be alert to their own biases and avoid letting preconceptions shape data collection or interpretation. Reflexivity is important. Reporting and dissemination. Researchers should report results honestly, include limitations, acknowledge contributions, and avoid sensationalism. Participants should not be exposed to harm by how findings are published. If confidentiality was promised, reports should not reveal identities. Now let's talk about some special issues in certain research contexts. Covert research or covert observation. Observing people without their knowledge raises serious ethical concerns, only acceptable in rare cases when public behavior is being studied. No harm is expected and there is no alternative method. Vulnerable populations. When participants are children, elderly, marginalized communities, or others with limited capacity to consent, extra care is required to ensure their protection. Ethical guidelines or codes. Many social science disciplines have ethical codes to regulate research practices. Some of are respect for persons or autonomy. Treat individuals as capable of making their own decisions, obtain informed consent. Beneficence or non-maleficence. Maximize benefits and minimize harm. Justice. Fair treatment, equitable distribution of benefits and burdens, not exploiting a group. Integrity or honesty. Truthful in design, data collection, analysis, and reporting. Fidelity or trust. Keep promises, respect confidentiality and agreements. Applying ethics in a research study. When you plan a social science research project, you can follow these steps to ensure ethical practice. First is ethics planning. Before you begin, think through who your participants will be, whether they might be vulnerable, what risk might occur, whether you need formal approval or not. Second is consent form. Prepare an information sheet or consent form explaining purpose, risk, benefits, voluntary participation, right to withdraw, and confidentiality. Third is obtain approval. Submit your research proposal to the institutional ethics committee or supervisor for clearance. Fourth is data collection. During field work or interview or observation, conduct in a respectful and non-intrusive manner. Respect participants' dignity and privacy. Fifth is data handling. When you record or store data, ensure it is stored securely. Anonymize responses, limit accesses, use storage data. Sixth is reporting. While writing thesis or report or publication, take care not to reveal identity and misrepresent data. Include disclaimers, limits. Ensure fairness in interpretation. Seventh is debriefing. Where relevant, share with participants or community some results. Clarify any misleading info provided during study. Thank participants. Maintain transparency. That's all for today's video. Here are some questions which have come into the exams in previous years. Practice them. Thank you for joining the class. See you in the next video.